Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to your Mars opposite Pluto astrology predictions. This is a very important energy in the sky. We're having this opposition as it is election time in the US. A lot of things are happening in the world, but as always, my focus is more on the personal level. So I will be talking about the 12 zodiac signs and the impact of this opposition for each of us. Now, as you listen to this video, please keep in mind that I'm a Western astrologer and I follow tropical zodiac. I do want to mention that the opposition between Mars and Pluto is happening exactly on November 3rd, Eastern Standard Time. On the very next day, Mars is going to move into the sign of Leo. And at some point, though, it's going to turn retrograde. And so as it moves backwards, quote unquote, on the sky, it's going to retouch this point at 29 degrees of Cancer. And then as it moves direct, it's also going to retouch this point again. So we're going to feel a lot of important themes over the next few months until April or May of 2025 as Mars leaves the retrograde period and the retrograde shadow zone. So this could reflect either as like certain themes repeating themselves or one theme that is going to take a lot of attention in the areas of our lives where we have Cancer and where we have Capricorn. But now, without further ado, let's start with the 12 zodiac signs. Please remember to show some support if you resonate with my videos, and please remember to comment. Let me know how things are going into your lives. I always read them. You always know that. But yeah, let's start with the 12 zodiac signs. Hello, dear Aries suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars opposite Pluto astrology predictions. The opposition between these two planets is happening exactly on November 3rd. However, the energy has already been felt for a while now, and it's going to feel up to like a week after, like very intensively, as Mars continues to go direct, but now in the sign of Leo, so it's going to leave that exact opposition to Pluto. However, at some point Mars is going to go retrograde and it's going to retouch this point and then direct and touch this point again. So that's why this transit is so important. Until then, we're going to talk about it. But for now, dear Aries, this opposition for you is happening between your 4th house and your 10th house. So you're definitely one of the most impacted signs of the zodiac. This can indicate some power struggles, Aries, especially with authority figures. So please be careful with like emotional exploding. If you feel like you shouldn't, if you feel like that is the way, then go for it. It is up to you. It is your life. Your own circumstances. But for some of you, Aries, this can indicate like very strong arguments or disagreements with authority figures, with people that are in power. For others of you, this transit can indicate having some kind of emotional explosion due to fears and self-sabotaging patterns. Pluto rules your 8th house. And, this can indicate like maybe feeling insecure from past traumas or things that could have happened in the past. And so you are exploding in a way, maybe with your family members or with your authority figures, that is more visible because Pluto is in your 10th house. For others of you, Aries, this can indicate a desire, a need to relocate, to go somewhere else, to really like change a place, change your apartment, country, city, to buy and sell real estate. And you may, there could be like a very strong situation that is happening in the background that is making you do so, because the opposition shows action here. There is a need to make some important change when it comes to your home. Now, for others of you, Aries, this can also indicate maybe changes at work. There could be an old authority figure that leaves your job, a new one may be coming in. And so it could be even somebody that maybe you don't get really along with, or that you're going to have some important conversations, especially on one-on-one with them. This transit can also bring changes to your relationships and also to your personality and individuality. For some of your Aries, there could be power struggles with a partner, with a romantic or a business partner, to where maybe you agree or disagree on certain things. If you felt like your identity has not been respected, if you feel like your personality, you as a person has not been respected, then you might have the need to kind of burst and, let the other people know where your boundaries have been overstepped. So there could be like very important conversations happening around this time. The fourth house where Mars is, which is your ruler, that's why I'm putting so much emphasis on the fourth house, but is also the house of your homeland, of your home country. It's also the house of like family dynamics and family secrets. For some of you Aries, that could be something that is enlightened with this transit, that is brought to the surface, especially with like again with your home country, or like home history or family history, or like ancestors. Maybe you learned something about them that you're surprised about, or this can indicate family secrets coming to the surface that could create some kind of scene in your home environment. Now Pluto here in your 10th house can indicate important wrap-ups when it comes to your career and public reputation. For some of you Aries, you may even come into power with this opposition. Maybe you receive some kind of promotion, or you become some kind of authority figure in your career, or you may just come across as very powerful, very strong into the other people's eyes with this transit, to where they see you as very strong, very powerful, maybe with the right resources, maybe as somebody with a lot of emotional intelligence and power also. But again, there could be circumstances outside of you that are making you address certain situations with certain people with this transit. Now, like I said, the energy is going to be felt a lot. It's already being felt. It will be very predominant on the next week also. But as Mars moves retrograde into this degree, the 29 degree, and then goes direct again, we're going to have kind of the same themes. So this energy is going to last for a while. Okay, Aries? Now, I wish you the best of luck. Please let me know in the comments how things are going in your life. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your Mars opposite Pluto astrology predictions. The opposition between these two planets is happening exactly on November 3rd, Eastern Standard Time, so make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But we are very likely to already be feeling this energy like a week before, and also a few days after. Mars is moving direct, and it's going to move into the sign of Leo on the next day. However, it's going to go retrograde at some point, and it's going to touch and retouch this opposition point to Pluto. And that's why this is a very, very important energy that's happening now in the sky. For you, Tauruses, Mars is in your 3rd house and Pluto is in your 9th house. This can indicate some important news that you may give or receive associated with foreign travels, legal matters, visa, citizenship, immigration issues. There could be some news associated with relocating, especially to foreign lands and to countries that are far away. For others of you, Tauruses, this opposition can indicate maybe power struggles when it comes to your communication with other people, with your mentors, maybe people that you consider as your advisors. You may be agreeing or disagreeing on something that both of you feel very passionate about, and this opposition can bring some type of anger or some type of disagreements to the surface. For others of you, Tauruses, Mars in the 3rd house can indicate sudden opportunity to travel somewhere, potentially to address maybe legal matters again, to meet some foreigners, to speak a foreign language. There could be an opportunity to meet powerful people that are foreigners in one way or another. Now, for some of you Tauruses, this opposition can bring power struggles with a partner, a business partner, or a romantic partner. This can bring disagreements, like very toned up conversations with a partner, because Mars rules your 7th house, which is the house of your partnerships. For others of you Tauruses, this can indicate sudden opportunity to travel with a partner. If you do so, just be careful on the road. For others of you, this transit can also indicate sudden opportunity to have some type of communication, maybe from people that you have some kind of karmic ties with, people that are coming from your past, that you feel like you have a soul connection with, that are karmic in nature. There could be some important communications with these individuals. Some of you Tauruses may even feel very inspired to learn a foreign language because you want to be more powerful in your knowledge. You want to be able to master and improve your communication skills. Maybe you want to reach more people, to reach a broader audience, to speak to individuals that are from a different background, from a different perspective. So you may feel this extra drive and push to like go after learning a foreign language, or to at least learn some kind of skill set, even earn some certification that again increases your knowledge, makes you more powerful in those ninth house matters, which is higher knowledge, which is your belief system, which is also the things that you research, the things that you're interested in. You may feel very, very passionate, very driven to learn something new, because Mars is in the third house of learning. Now, lastly, for some of you Tauruses, this transit can bring this extra push to become more known into your local communities, like in your local charities, businesses, networks, with your neighbors even. For some of you, you may even have some power struggles with a sibling, a younger sibling specifically, or you could have power struggles with neighbors. So, if you're not for that, just be careful, don't do things or say things that maybe you might regret in the future. But if you feel that like things have come to a point where you need to explode, then this transit is definitely going to bring that for you. Please make sure to rest. The third house is also the house of your nervous system. Make sure to rest. Make sure to relax your mind, especially, after work or when you're at home. Remember to do some self-care with this transit. Pluto is wrapping up in your ninth house. You're getting ready for some huge changes, Tauruses, especially in your career sectors, public status, what you're known to the world. Some of you are going to become very powerful people. But this Mars opposite Pluto is giving you some extra willpower, some tension, some situations that are pushing you towards learning something new so that you can increase your knowledge, become an expert, become more powerful when it comes to the things that you know and the things that you learn. I wish you the best of luck, Tauruses. Please let me know in the comments how things are going in your life, and if you liked it, resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Gemini suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars opposite Pluto astrology predictions. For you Geminis, this opposition is happening between your second and your eighth house. The date of the exact opposition is November 3rd. However, the energy is already being felt, and it's going to be quite intense up to 1 week after. However, Mars is going to move into the sign of Leo just the next day, but it's going to touch again this point in the sky, and then it's going to move directly in the sign of Cancer and retouch this point again. So we're going to stay with this energy for a while, or we're going to feel some certain themes for a few months. Until then, though, I'll make other videos and let you know about it. But for this opposition, Geminis, this can indicate some power struggles associated with your personal income and also your shared resources. For some of you Geminis, you may have been feeling that your partner or your family member is not giving in as many financial resources as you are, or this can indicate that you feel like you're putting more money in, they're putting less in. You may feel like they are maybe tricking you or manipulating you when it comes to your shared resources and finances. And so there's a need here to have some serious conversations, even fights for some of you Geminis, related to your personal income and also to your shared resources and finances. For others of you Geminis, this opposition can indicate the need to address certain fears and self-sabotaging patterns at the subconscious level so that you can increase your self-confidence. For some of you, you may just be so tired of old stories in your mind, of old fears that have come out of certain traumas or certain situations in your life, and you may feel like you want to move away from this. You may have this willpower to kind of increase your self-confidence and come to good terms with these fears, but you may be doing so by facing them. This could be one of those times where you experience a dark night of the soul. I think that's how it's called. You may understand that certain fears are like holding you back, and you may want to address them and kind of move away from them. So that you can really go towards your long-term dreams and goals for the future. Your eyes may be on the future, Geminis, because Mars rules your 11th house. So you may realize that there's certain things that you need to fix in your subconscious mind to be able to move forward with your life. Now, for others of you Geminis, there could be important topics associated with your promotions at work, maybe increasing your salaries. You may feel like maybe you're not being as much valued and that you're worth more. And so there could be maybe an authority figure at work that you need to have some important conversations with, even agreements or disagreements. It could be that you sit in front of the other person and talk about wanting to have more money, or the other way around. If you're an employer, that you can have an employee or somebody under you that is asking you to, have some kind of salary, but they may be doing so in like a very intimidating way, and you may be doing so in a very intimidating way, because we have a clash of Mars and Pluto here. This is not an easy energy. This is some of the most powerful planets coming in front of each other to achieve something. And Pluto rules your 6th house, so this could be very well connected to your to the money that you make at your job, that you make at your work, or related to your employees. For others of you Geminis, this can also indicate a need to be very careful with your personal finances. It could indicate that you may find out that you need to help a partner or a family member with finances. And so, Mars in the 2nd house is known to make you spend a lot of money, like have some kind of sudden expense. And it can indicate that you need to help a family member. You need to help somebody that is going through a crisis. Pluto brings crisis. So not for you, it's in the 8th house. It's with your shared resources with somebody else. So for some of you Geminis, you may need to really help somebody out, somebody that you have shared resources and finances with. It could be your significant other. You may need to use your personal finances and resources and like your liquid money to be able to help them out in some kind of crisis that they may be going through. Now, lastly, this can also indicate important conversations with friends. For some of you Geminis, you may be expressing to one of your friends or a group of friends certain fears and self-sabotaging patterns that you've had in the past, and you may be doing so especially to individuals that have like overpassed their boundaries with you. So this transit can indicate you might express this sadness or this anger that you may have felt related to expressing your individuality towards your friends, towards a friend of yours, because Mars rules the 11th house of friends for you. This is what I have for you Geminis. Please let me know in the comments how things are going in your life, and if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Cancer suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars opposite Pluto astrology predictions for the 12 zodiac signs. The opposition between these two planets is happening exactly on November 3rd. However, you may be feeling this energy already, and you're going to feel it, I think, up to a week, like very intensively, up to a week after. Mars is then going to move into your 2nd house in the sign of Leo, but then is going to move retrograde into your sign and at this point in the sky, and then direct again. So we're going to feel this energy for a few months, Cancers. Until then, I will talk about it again, but for now, the opposition between Mars and Pluto is happening between your 1st and 7th house, and you of course are one of the signs that is most affected by this energy, especially if you have points and planets from 26 degrees to 29 degrees in the sky. But all Cancers are going to feel this energy. There could be a lot of power struggles with a partner, dear Cancers. This can be a business partner, this can be a romantic partner, a marriage partner. There could be certain one-on-one conversations that are kind of difficult and could be like, fighting, again, related to some kind of partnership that you have going on in your life. For others of you, this may indicate a desire, a need to express your individuality, your personality to some partner, to even express your secrets and to kind of open your heart to somebody else, but maybe doing so in a way that is very explosive and that can even make you feel more empowered afterwards, after this energy is expressed. For others of you Cancers, there could be power struggles with authority figures in your life, with maybe your boss. This transit can also indicate expressing to an authority figure or to a boss that you may not feel very valued, that your personality and your individuality is not being as much respected at work. So there could be some kind of clash, some kind of need to have a one-on-one conversation that might not be easy, or a conversation that can kind of put you at odds with somebody else, especially with an authority figure. And that is because Mars rules your 10th house of your career, of your bosses, of your authority figures in your life. For others of you Cancers, this transit can also indicate a need and a lot of willpower to change your public status. For some of you, you might be wanting to go to single from married, or from married or from or the other way around, to where you want to change your public status. Now, Mars is not as strong in your sign, we already know that, but this is still an important energy for you Cancer. So you may have this desire to kind of maybe change your status, maybe end some kind of relationship that you feel like it's toxic in nature, is not very good for you. It could be even emotionally manipulative for you, because as these two planets are between your 1st and 7th house, they're still triggering the 4th and the 10th. So your emotional world is definitely touched here. There could be like emotional manipulation going on. And for a lot of you Cancers, if you felt like something has not been working for you, then you might end some important relationship in your life. Now, again, this may not happen on the day of. This may happen over the next few months, I think until April or May of 2025, as Mars, moves direct after the retrograde and after retouching this point twice more. For others of you Cancers, there may be a need here to become self-employed, to maybe leave behind a job that you feel like, again, that is toxic. You're not expressing your individuality or your creativity in a healthy way. So you may be deciding to start something new, start something fresh for yourself, some kind of project, and even become self-employed. For others of you Cancers, this can indicate a will and desire to start something fresh in your life. The 1st house is the house of pioneering, is the house where we start something new. And so for a lot of you, you may have this strong desire to break away from people that may have been holding you back, that have been toxic into your life, or habits, or one-on-one conversations, or even agreements, contracts that you've had in place that were kind of binding you back, and you have this desire and need to kind of start afresh, start something new into your life, pioneer something, make a big difference in your life, make a big change into your life. And Pluto is having those last few trips in your 7th house, so this can be very impactful for you Cancers. Your life might not even look the same a few months after this transit. So I wish you the best of luck. Please let me know in the comments how things are going in your life, and if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Leo suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your Mars opposite Pluto astrology predictions. The opposition between these two planets is happening exactly on November 3rd, Eastern Standard Time, but it can be felt a week before and a week after. We're going to have Mars move into the sign of Leo on the next day, on November 4th. However, Mars at some point is going to turn retrograde, and it's going to retouch this point in the sky, and then move again direct, and again retouch this point in the sky. So we're going to feel these themes for a few months. That can be quite impactful. And for you Leos, this is happening between your 12th house, where Mars is, and your 6th house, where Pluto is. For some of you Leos, this can indicate a lot of power struggles with your colleagues at work. If you are in the work market, if you're working, if you have a job, this can indicate important conversations that are quite intense in nature. Again, a lot of power struggles. This can also indicate even hidden enemies, unfortunately, that could be plotting something, that could be a bit more like on the manipulative side, especially emotionally for you Leos. And this could be individuals that are at your work, individuals that are simply hidden enemies, from all areas of your lives. Or this can indicate that these are people that maybe at some point were secret admirers, and now they want to get back to you. Obviously, that's the case for a few of you Leos, but I feel like that could definitely be a scenario for some of you. And I'm talking about, there could be some emotional manipulation happening here on a daily basis. The sixth house is the house of, of the things that we do every day, of the people that we meet every day. So for some of you Leos, unfortunately, there could be like some toxic conversations going on, power struggles to where you don't agree on something, and there could be like a want or desire from somebody else to try to control you, manipulate you, because Pluto rules your fourth house of emotions, and Pluto is in your sixth house at this point. For others of you Leos, this transit can even indicate maybe empowerment when it comes to your physical health, your physical body. It could be that you have this strong willpower and desire to break away from certain addictions, to leave them behind, to kind of fight them. Mars in the sign of Cancer is not as strong, and Mars is in the 12th house that rules addictions. However, it can still give you that inner drive and desire to kind of break away from things that are not working for you anymore. In order for you to become more empowered when it comes to your physical health, when it comes to your physical body, the way how you look, the way how you feel in your own body. And this can be related to your diet, this can be related to your workout routines also. For some of you Leos, you may be realizing that a certain workout is not healthy for you, and so you may be deciding to change it up. Now, the sixth house where Pluto is here can also indicate power struggles if you are in the nursing industry, if you're a doctor, a nanny, if you're in any like service-oriented industry, also a housekeeper, a gardener, an accountant, an analyst. If you're in any of these jobs, then again there could be power struggles with your colleagues, with authority figures, with people that are trying to kind of control you in one way or another, and they may be doing so behind the scenes also with Mars in the 12th house. Now, for others of you Leos, this transit can also indicate a need and desire to change or go after a certain spiritual routine or certain spiritual belief, to kind of connect with other dimensions, to connect with God, the universe, the creator, and you may be doing so that you can feel their power into your life on a daily basis. You may feel like you want to pray a lot because you need God's hand in your life. You may feel like you need to become more empowered at work or on your daily basis when you do your tasks, when you run your errands. You may want that desire, you may want that protection from God and the divine, so that you can feel more empowered within yourself. Mars rules your 9th house, Leos, and so there could be topics related to relocation to foreign lands that could be coming up with this transit. There could be topics related to citizenship, visas, traveling abroad, relocating to foreign lands that need to be addressed during this time. You may come in front of an authority person that can decide these things for you. And for others of you Leos, this can indicate meeting behind the scenes with like an authority figure, or somebody that you see as an advisor in your life, somebody that you see as a mentor that teaches you things. You may be coming together like behind the scenes and talking about things that are very important to you, but these can be like intense conversations. There could even be like power struggles with this individual in your life for some of you Leos. And there can be a need to express your power, your inner power, and they may be doing the same thing. That's why I'm saying that there could be some intensity here with another individual that you consider as a mentor in your life. For others of you Leos, you may have this want and desire to like do more research and learn about things that you're passionate about, kind of expand your horizons and learn more about your belief systems. You may be doing so again behind the scenes and kind of hidden from the public eye. Now, for others of you, this can also indicate power struggles with a family member, or power struggles associated with your real estate, with your home environment. You may be having some conversations, some fights even over home, over real estate with a family member. And again, you may be doing so behind the scenes, or it could be that somebody, like a family member, is doing something maybe kind of hidden from you. And so something happens that puts you and that person against each other, or like at odds, and things need to be resolved. And again, these things may not happen like on November 3rd. As I said, this could be unfolded up to May of 2025. These issues, these conversations are going to go back and forth as Mars goes retrograde and then direct again in the sky in the same point. This is what I have for you, Leos. I wish you the best of luck with this transit. Please let me know in the comments how things are going for you, and if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Virgo suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars opposite Pluto astrology predictions. The opposition between these two planets is happening exactly on November 3rd, Eastern Standard Time. However, the energy is already being felt in the sky and can be intensely felt a week after. Mars is going to continue to go direct and move into Leo on the very next day. However, at some point it's going to turn retrograde and touch this point of the sky, and then move direct again in the sign of Cancer, again touching this 29 degree where it's opposite Pluto. So the energy that is going on right now is going to be felt for a few months. However, the first opposition between the two is happening on November 3rd. For you, Virgos, this can indicate a lot of power struggles that you may have with one of your children, or with all of your children, if you have multiple kids. Pluto is in your 5th house, and you may be feeling as if one of your children is not working towards their long-term goals and dreams for the future, or they're not working towards your common dreams and goals for the future. You may feel like maybe they are a bit toxic, or they're not having important they're not going towards important goals into their life. So you kind of want to have some type of influence on them, have some type of important and intense conversation with them with this transit. For others of you, the Virgos, this transit can bring maybe some kind of important changes into one of your children's lives, even some type of crisis, because Pluto is a planet of crisis, and in the 5th house can indicate that one of your children could be going through something like very drastic, very meaningful in their life, and so you need to be there for them and to support them and take care of them. For others of you, Virgos, this transit can indicate power struggles when it comes to some type of friendship that you have in your life, or with your group of friends. You may feel like you're not expressing your creativity freely, or you may feel like there is some kind of toxicity happening here with a friend or a group of friends. And so there could be some important conversations going on that address this kind of toxicity or this toxic behavior that you could have had with a friend, to again, where you don't feel like you're expressing your joyfulness, you're not being happy around them. You feel like you're even becoming manipulated when it comes to self-expression around them. So there could be some important conversations and even arguing for some of you, Virgos. For others of you, there could be romantic interest that you're going to have some kind of important conversation with. It could indicate that this person could be a little toxic for you, or you may feel like that person is a bit manipulative, or they could feel like that about you. So it could be them that are initiating these things, or it could be you. And so there is some important conversation that could be happening here, some kind of clash. You may be discussing if you see yourselves together in the future. You may be discussing your long-term plans and dreams that you have, for the years to come, for the months to come. And I'm talking about these important conversations because Pluto rules your 3rd house of communicating, of talking to other people. So there could be some intense communications happening in your life. Mars rules your 8th house of Virgos. So you might be talking about shared resources and finances that you have with one of your children, or that you have with a family member. And you need to address some kind of issue or some kind of disagreement that is going on, so that you can realign yourself financially with the future. You can basically cruise towards the future, but having your finances, your shared resources in check with somebody else, because Mars is in the 11th house that rules financial gains, that rules the financial planning, the financial health, the financial wealth in the future. And Mars rules your 8th house of shared resources. So you may be having some important discussions about shared resources or investments, other people's money also, even like child support, alimony, things like that. You may have a lot of focus on this. And speaking of that, for some of you Virgos, if you have issues with like child support or custody, this opposition may bring maybe some kind of like court communication or arguing and like discussion over your child custody, and who's paying what, how much they're paying, who's keeping the children, and things like that. Obviously that's very specific, but could definitely be the scenario for some of you Virgos. This is what I have for you Virgos for this transit. Please let me know in the comments how things are going into your life, and if you like and resonate with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Libra suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars opposite Pluto astrology predictions. You Libras are one of the most impacted signs when it comes to this transit. The opposition between these two planets is happening exactly on November 3rd, Eastern Standard Time, but the energy is already being felt in the sky and it's going to feel quite intensely for the next week. However, Mars is going to move direct into the sign of Leo, but at some point it's going to turn retrograde and touch this point again in the sky at 29 degrees of the sign of Cancer. As it moves retrograde, at some point it moves direct, and it's going to again touch this point in the sky at 29 degrees of Cancer. So there could be certain themes that are going to repeat or be like in the focus for a lot of you Libras for a few months, at least until May of next year of 2025, April, May, around the time. Until then, we're going to talk about this transit again. But for you Libras, this opposition between these two planets can indicate some clashes with authority figures in your life. And you are definitely one of the most important signs when it comes to this transit. So I want to get in depth as much as possible with this. For a lot of you Libras, there could be important conversations happening with authority figures in your life. Like I said, like bosses, people that are in power. Because the opposition is happening between your 4th and 10th house. You may have felt like somebody is like manipulating you at the emotional level or threatening you like emotionally. They could have been rocking your whole world for a long time, and so this transit can indicate a need for you to like clash with them, to talk to them, to either continue some kind of relationship with these individuals or break away from them. And these conversations can be very strong. This can be very intense, very intimidating. A lot of power struggles happening for some of you Libras. Mars rules your 7th house. This could also be a romantic partner or a business partner, a marriage partner also. This could be an individual that is very important in your life that you have to discuss some important conversations with. Again, that can talk about manipulation, about toxicity, that you feel like, they have put you at a darker place at some point, and so you want to address all of these things to have some kind of change, some kind of transformation into your life, to rock the boat and to clear certain things that don't serve you anymore. For others of you Libras, this can indicate a need and desire to relocate somewhere else, to go to a different country, to change your house, your partner, your home. You may want to travel abroad, to like go to a whole different place. And you may be at odds though with some authority figure in your life. And who is your authority figure in your life? That is up to you. It depends on your personal level, but that could be a parent, that could be an in-law, that could be, depending on your culture, that could be, a partner, that could be your boss at work. So whoever you consider as an authority figure in your life is not going to agree with you with this relocation if you're deciding to do this thing. And so there's a lot of power struggles happening here. You wanting to make a profound change in your 4th house matters when it comes to, again, relocation, your home, your apartment, your residence, your country of residence. You want to make this big transformation here, but there is an authority figure into your life that is not letting you do so, or is kind of clashing with you. And Pluto is going to do its work in the fourth house. Pluto is going to give you the transformation that you want and you desire. The way how Pluto does it, not in an easy way, like absolutely, you know. But these changes are necessary for you at this time. You were born at this certain, time that Pluto is supposed to be traveling for a long time in your fourth house as Libra risings or Libra suns or Libra moons or whatever point you have in Libra. You were born in this moment so that you can experience this in your life. And so this is a very profound time for you to decide on fourth house matters in a very fundamental way that could be very life-changing for a lot of you Libras. Very, very life-changing. Now, this transit can also indicate important discussions related to your personal finances with a family member or with a partner. That is because Pluto rules your second house of your personal finances. You may have like extra pressure from a partner or an authority figure in your life or a family member related to, how much money you're making, where you're putting your money, how much you're spending. Like there could be all these topics that are happening here. So you may have this desire, need to like kind of explode and put people in their places and kind of tell them, I know what I want to do with my own money. For others of you Libras, there could also be a desire and need to kind of express yourself in a way that your self-confidence is like increased, like you are kind of protecting yourself, you're kind of protecting your talents and who you are as a person, like your self-confidence, your self-esteem. There could be somebody triggering something, like it could be again anybody in your life, because all your angles are being affected here. But you may want to protect yourself and kind of defend your self-confidence and your self-worth with this transit. Lastly, for some of you Libras, you may have some important discussions when it comes to your career direction, when it comes to how much money you're making. You may be agreeing or disagreeing with somebody, most likely disagreeing with an authority figure, with the boss, when it comes to your career direction, where you want to be going or where they want you to go. It's like you versus them. And there could also be discussions associated with how much money you're making and how much you should be making instead. So important topics, important things for a lot of you Libras happening here. Please let me know in the comments how things are going in your life. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Scorpio suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars opposite Pluto astrology predictions for the 12 zodiac signs. The opposition between these two planets, dear Scorpios, is happening on November 3rd, Eastern Standard Time. However, the energy is already being felt in the sky, and it will continue to be there for about a week. It can be very intense during this time. Mars is going to continue moving in the sky into the sign of Leo on the very next day. However, at some point it's going to turn retrograde, and it's going to touch and retouch this point 2 more times. As it goes retrograde, it's going to move back into the sign of Cancer at 29 degrees where it's sitting right now, and then as it moves direct again, it's going to touch this point in the sky. So there could be certain themes and topics that are going to lurk around and be around for a little bit, at least until April or May of next year, dear Scorpios. Now for you, this energy is between your 9th house and your 3rd house. The easiness about this transit is that it's happening in these houses. The difficult part of it is that these are your rulers. Pluto is your modern ruler and Mars is your ancient ruler. So you can still be very much impacted and influenced by this transit. For a lot of you Scorpios, there could be important conversations that are very deep in nature, very profound, with an individual in your life that is quite different from you, that brings a whole new perspective into your life, that like kind of expands your horizons, makes you even more passionate about life, that teaches new things. This can be an individual that could transform the way how you think and transform the way how you look at the world and how you view the world, and eventually transform you as a person, your character, your individuality, because as I said, these are your 2 rulers, so you could be influenced like at the core level with this transit. For others of you Scorpios, there could be important conversations related to legal matters. There could be clashes in the court. There could be conversations, arguing, with somebody that you are not agreeing with, again, like related to court issues, or it could be different legal matters. It could be international papers like citizenship, like, green cards, things like that. There could be important topics happening here. Or this transit can indicate a friction that could bring a certain thing into completion, because Pluto really wants to complete something in your third house matters when it comes to like communicating, and Mars is putting a lot of focus on the ninth house matters. For others of you Scorpios, this transit can indicate willpower to apply to universities, to schools, to learn something new, to like enrich yourself when it comes to your skill set, to learn even a foreign language. This transit can indicate some outside circumstance that is making you dive deep into something, like research it, learn it, absorb the information so that you can become more powerful in your thinking process, in your knowledge. You can become smarter, you can become more convincing in your arguments, with other individuals related to these topics into your life. This transit can also indicate a need to do some kind of international travel, to go abroad. You may be doing so maybe with some kind of colleague, because Mars rules your sixth house of colleagues and people that you work with. So it could indicate that you go with a colleague to like some kind of foreign trip, foreign travels. You go somewhere together, and you have maybe some profound conversations with that individual as you are abroad, as you are in some kind of trip together. Some conversations that again change your perspective about life. This can also take like a darker tone, to where like maybe these conversations are a bit more manipulative, because Pluto is manipulation and Mars is also manipulation, and you Scorpios are one of the signs that are known for that. I don't want to say that all of you are like that, but you're good at that. So it could indicate that you may be wanting to manipulate something, or they could be doing that to you. However, there's a clash here, there's disagreement. Maybe you are very strong mentally, but they're also very strong too. They're not backing down either. And so there could be conflict happening here, to where none of you wants to put your guard down, dear Scorpios. Mars, as I said, rules your sixth house of also your physical health and your workout routines. For some of you Scorpios, you may be diving deep into fixing your eating habits or your diet, maybe changing up your workout routines. You may be researching about these things, learning about them, having a lot of willpower to even meet a professional that could teach you about these things and can help you make some profound changes when it comes to your physical body. These things can again affect you in you, like in your identity, in your physical body. Scorpios, definitely a lot of changes there. You can become way more empowered. You can experience a lot of willpower, but also power struggles. Okay. The good thing about this opposition is that it's happening in good houses. As I said, Cancer is in a sextile to you, and Pluto in the sign of Capricorn is in a good aspect to you. So in the end, I feel like these energies are going to be to your benefit. However, there's still tension, there's an opposition, there's a clash between two of the strongest planets of the sky that both rule you. So I wish you the best of luck, Scorpios. Please let me know in the comments how things are going in your life. I'm very curious to see how this is going to unfold for you. But I wish you the best of luck. Again, please let me know. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Sagittarius suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars opposite Pluto astrology predictions. The opposition between these two planets is happening exactly on November 3rd, Eastern Standard Time. However, we are already feeling this energy in the sky, and we're going to feel it quite intensively for at least a week after. Mars afterwards is going to enter the sign of Leo on the very next day, but it's going to go retrograde at some point. It's going to retouch this point of the sky. As it goes retrograde, at some point it turns direct, and then it retouches again the 29 degree of the sign of Cancer. So we're going to have kind of the same themes for a while, until at least April and May of 2025. Now for you, Sagittarius, this transit is happening between your 8th house and your 2nd house. So Mars is in Cancer, Pluto is in Capricorn. There could be some important topics associated with your personal finances and your shared resources, dear Sagittarius. You could be having some conflict happening here, maybe with a family member, maybe with one of your children, or with your partner, related to your shared resources, shared finances. You may be discussing and having some kind of power struggles related to how much money you're putting in, how much money they're putting in. Are you agreeing? Are you on the same page, or are you not? This opposition can indicate important discussions related to toxic behaviors with your personal finances, or with your shared resources with your family member, again with the child, or with one of your partners. For others of you Sagittarius, this transit can indicate a need and desire to address and face self-sabotaging patterns when it comes to your finances. You may be realizing that a certain mindset that you had related to your money, how much money you're making, and the way how you're making it, and where your money goes, is not serving you anymore. It's actually toxic and not good for you. And so you may be deciding to kind of face those fears, do something very brave that removes that fear away from you. And so you may, have this extra drive and push to have more personal resources, to make more money, and to be more careful with your finances. This transit may also indicate a family member helping you financially, a partner or a child helping you financially, even a romantic interest. They could be helping you financially during this time. Because you might have a project going on that could be very well behind the scenes. You may be wanting to relocate somewhere abroad, with Pluto being your 12th house ruler. You may just take on a certain project that you think is going to make you more money. So there's somebody in your life that is really helping you financially with this transit. Please be careful with your finances. Pluto is leaving your 2nd house. For some of you Sagittarius, this can indicate like crazy empowerment when it comes to how much money you're making, important realizations at the soul level, because I personally believe Pluto is like the soul planet. Like, it teaches you the harshest lessons, but it has profound healing afterwards. And so it can make you like very empowered when it comes to your personal resources, with how much money you're making, but also in your self-confidence. You may feel extra empowered after this transit. But again, there could be some fears that need to be addressed here, some self-sabotaging patterns with Mars in the 8th house that rules these things. You could have some profound transformation generally in your life with this transit also. For others of you Sagittarius, this transit can indicate one of your children bringing up a certain topic related to your shared resources and finances that you have with them. You may have the need and desire to help them out, maybe or the other way around, to where they help you because you may be experiencing some difficulties financially. Obviously that's the case for a few of you Sagittarius, because it definitely depends on your personal chart. But overall speaking, I feel like this can be a very profound time, especially with a lot of focus on your personal finances and shared resources. For some of you Sagittarius, you may have this extra desire and push, and like a lot of willpower and passion to express yourself through a hobby, through a creative project. That could be associated with clients. Like, you could even create your own business with this transit that brings powerful people into your life, that brings a lot of people into your life, that brings clients, and gives you the opportunity to make money through other people's money with this transit. But again, there's like intensity here. There is a need to be very brave, to be very strong. There could even be clashes maybe with clients or people that are not happy with a certain thing. So there could be things that need to be addressed with this transit also, but definitely an opportunity to get very empowered out of it. Now, all of this is not going to happen exactly on November 3rd. However, the energy is going to be felt up to May of next year. So it's going to unfold slowly, or it's going to repeat itself until we've learned the lessons and taken the necessary steps to move forward. This is what I have for you Sagittarius for this transit. Please let me know in the comments how things are going for you. And if you liked and resonate with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Capricorn suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your Mars opposite Pluto astrology predictions. The opposition between these two planets, dear Capricorns, is happening exactly on November 3rd, Eastern Standard Time. However, the energy is already being felt in the sky and can be felt for up to 1 week after, like very intensively. Mars is going to move afterwards in the sign of Leo. It's actually going to move on November 4th, but it's still going to linger close to that, 29 degree. And Mars is going to go retrograde into the sign of Cancer and retouch this point at 29 degrees. And then again, it's going to move direct and touch again this point in the sky. So it's going to revive the same kind of topics and themes for a lot of you Capricorns and for everybody in the world. But for you, it's happening between your 7th house and your 1st house. This, you could be one of the signs that is like the most affected by this transit. For a lot of you, this can indicate power struggles, like conversations, intimidating conversations to very strong ones, even manipulative ones, maybe with a romantic partner or a business partner. There could be a lot of power struggles. Now, on the other hand, this can also bring empowering conversations that require the need to face certain fears, to become very brave, to become very truthful, and to not be afraid to say what you need to say. There could be a lot of empowerment that comes out of these conversations. And again, for you Capricorns, it could be happening with a romantic partner or a business partner, and it could be conversations that could turn your life around. They can be very, very life-changing. Mars rules your 4th house of your emotional world, of your home. So that's why this can be very, very profound for a lot of you Capricorns. This transit can also indicate power struggles with family members. They could be supporting one of your partners and not you for a certain topic, or it could be the other way around, to where you feel like family members are supporting you, but they're not supporting your partner, and so they can be like left out, or they could be like manipulation, or some toxicity happening. Like, of course, this is the lower vibration of this, but we do have a clash between the toughest planets, in the sky, between Mars and Pluto. But again, there's a strong opportunity here to get out very empowered at the emotional level, with Mars being your 4th house ruler, Capricorns. Very, very empowered. For some of you, this transit can indicate the need to address certain things, like to bring into your attention your long-term dreams and goals that you have for the future, and to see where your partnerships are and do they align with your goals and dreams for the future. And if not, then there's going to be some certain clashes that you might initiate or the other person might initiate, that are going to have a profound impact in your lives, in both of your lives. But there's a need to kind of see the future, where you want to be, and how you want to be, who you want to be with also. Because Pluto rules your 11th house, that rules over long-term dreams and goals for the future. For others of you Capricorns, this transit can indicate a need to relocate somewhere else, but maybe you're not on the same page with a partner. Maybe you're agreeing with them or not. This could even be a roommate. The 7th house is the house of relationships, of one-on-one relationships that we have with other people. The 1st house is you. The 7th house is what's in front of you. So there could be like some disagreements, some conversations that are happening with a partner, with like somebody in your life, over your real estate, over your home matters, your relocation, where you want to live, where you want to go, things like that. A lot of you Capricorns may be reassessing if you want to be in a certain partnership or not, if you want to have a certain contract in place in your life. You may have felt like a certain agreement or contract was kind of manipulating your life around and brought maybe toxicity and like difficulties in your life. So you may decide to address this and like either change it, transform it, or just let it go, like, move away from it. With this transit, it can be very impactful, very powerful for a lot of you Capricorns. You may also have some important conversations with nurturing figures that you have in your life, people that you feel like they feed your soul, they feed you as a person, and they nurture you at the soul level. That you can have some important conversations with them. If you felt like somebody was manipulating you, then you're going to bring that up, or the other way around, to if somebody felt like you were trying to control them, then this opposition is definitely going to bring those topics to the surface, and there is some kind of clash here. But like I said, this is not going to happen overnight on November 3rd exactly. This is going to unfold slowly or repeated, like in a, repeating way. As Mars touches and retouches the same point in the sky over the next few months. I wish you the best of luck, Capricorns. Please let me know in the comments how things are going in your life. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Aquarius suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars opposite Pluto astrology predictions. The opposition between these two planets is happening exactly on November 3rd, Eastern Standard Time. However, the energy is already being felt, and it will be quite intense up to 1 week after the exact opposition. Mars is then going to move forward into the sign of Leo. It actually does so on the very next day, but is still close to that 29 degree of Cancer. Mars at some point is going to station retrograde, is going to move back into the sign of Cancer, and it's going to retouch this 29 degree and then move direct again and retouch it again in the spring of next year. So this is quite profound for everyone in the world, dear Aquariuses. But for you, this is happening between your 6th house and your 12th house. For a lot of you, there could be power struggles happening here with colleagues at work, with your employees, dear Aquariuses. Maybe they're not agreeing on something with you, and maybe you're not agreeing on something with them. So there's a clash here. There's some kind of disagreement that could be happening with an individual at work that could be a bit intimidating and like very strong and powerful. For others of you Capricorns, this opposition can indicate the need to claim your power at work if you are an authority figure yourself, or to address something that maybe somebody is doing behind the scenes, like kind of behind your back, with Pluto in the 12th house. And so there is a need here to address something, to be brave, and to kind of claim your power at work, at your job, or with your authority figures. For others of you Aquariuses, this transit may indicate the need to learn more about your physical health, about your physical body, your workout routines. You may desire and want to break away and leave behind certain addictions, certain things that are not serving you anymore. This can be any kind of addiction that you felt like was affecting you in your health or was affecting you in your physical body. You may decide to leave them behind, and you might have that willpower to do so. Now, Mars in Cancer is not as strong. However, the opposition to Pluto shows a lot of power, a lot of strength. There's some circumstance, some situation that is really making you make a necessary change when it comes to certain addictions and kind of move away from them. For others of you Aquariuses, there's a need here to serve somebody in your life. They might be going through some kind of crisis, and so you're out there helping them out. You have a lot of passion and desire to be there for them, to take care of them, to to serve them, to help them in a certain way, because Mars is in the 6th house of service, and Pluto is in the 12th house of Christ, of service also, but can indicate certain crisis into somebody else's life that requires your help and desire to like be of assistance to them. This transit can also indicate a desire and need to reassess your spirituality, your connection to God, the universe, the creator. You may have this want to maybe change a certain belief system associated with these things, like to kind of leave behind a certain maybe religion or like spiritual path that you felt like it was manipulating you or was kind of toxic to you. You may decide to leave that behind and practice something on a daily basis that is more fulfilling to you and makes you feel more alive, makes you feel more passionate about life also. Mars rules your 3rd house, so again, there could be a lot of communication happening on a daily basis. You may be out and about doing errands, doing your daily tasks, meeting people, or this can indicate a lot of communication at work, maybe fights even, again, like clashes when it comes to power struggles also with somebody there. Pluto rules your 10th house. For a lot of you Aquarius, your career may be impacted. For some of you, You could have changes with like a certain boss or authority figure at work. Maybe somebody new comes in, somebody old goes away, or there could be important conversations happening with them to where you may feel like a certain version of you is like dying off, is like going away, because Pluto is in the last degree of your entire chart. So as Pluto goes into your sign, like you're going to have this profound transformation and being reborn in a very strong way. But there's a clash here. There's a circumstance that is happening that is helping you actually give birth to a new version of you. Now, of course, that's not comfortable, but it's necessary for you to continue in your journey, in your spiritual journey. I wish you the best of luck, Aquarius. Please let me know in the comments how things are going in your life. I feel like this could be a very profound transformation time for you. If you like and resonate with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Pisces suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars opposite Pluto astrology predictions. The opposition between these two planets, dear Pisces, is happening on October 3rd, Eastern Standard Time. However, the energy is already being felt in the sky, and we're going to feel it intensively up to 1 week after this day. However, Mars is going to enter Leo, actually on the very next day, but it's going to still be very close to that 29 degree. And Mars is going to station retrograde. It's going to go back into the sign of Cancer, retouching this 29 degree, and then move direct again, retouching this 29 degree. And Mars is going to linger in this area of the sky until April or May of 2025. So we may have kind of the same themes repeating, or one theme that is taking a while to like resolve in the area of your life where you have Cancer. Now for you Pisces, Cancer is in your 5th house, Mars is in your 5th house, and it's opposing Pluto in your 11th house. So for a lot of you, this can indicate a desire and need to express yourself through your hobbies and through your creative abilities. You may feel like you want to put yourself more out there. You may feel like you want to be more on the center stage with this transit. But there could be like maybe some self-sabotaging patterns, or maybe some fears associated with where you want to be in the future, where you see yourself. You may also overcome your fear of like showing yourself up into the public with this transit. There could be circumstances outside of you that like take you out of your bubble, and you may be more visible to other people, kind of more on the center stage with Mars in the 5th house. Now, this transit can also indicate a romantic interest that sparks something in you, that makes you think and rethink and transform your long-term dreams and goals for the future. It could be somebody that catches your interest, that makes you feel more passionate about life. For others of you Pisces, this transit can indicate maybe a romantic partner, on the other hand, that is trying to be manipulative towards you or toxic towards you. And so there could be some clashes happening here, some disagreements, even conversations that are not pleasant. They could even indicate arguing, also associated with where you want to be together in the future. Do you want to be together? Do you want this individual in your life? You know, does this individual fit your picture of your long-term dreams and goals? And so if, you know, that person is more on the toxic side, then maybe not. But if that person is quite empowering for you, it lets you express your playful side, then you may decide to have this person into your life in the future. It will all depend on you and also in your personal chart. For others of you Pisces, there could be clashes or disagreements maybe with one of your children. You may feel like they are not on the same page as you when it comes to your long-term dreams and goals for the future. This can indicate also things happening in one of your children's lives that are like very intense and can make them very busy. And so you may use a friend, you may use your network to kind of help one of your children to be able to resolve something. You may even help one of your children financially with this transit. Mars rules your 2nd house of your personal income and is transiting your 5th. So this can indicate a need and desire to be there for them financially. You can also help somebody, like a romantic partner, financially, or it could indicate that somebody does that for you. It could be that one of your children helps you financially with this transit. Pluto rules your 9th house, dear Pisces, and you may be like doing a lot of research, gaining a lot of knowledge about where you want to see yourself financially in the future. And this transit can indicate that you need to use your creative hobbies, your creative abilities, maybe open a small business also to be able to increase your personal income and finances and kind of realign yourself better with your long-term dreams and goals for the future. This transit can also indicate a need to learn a foreign language, a need to increase your skill set and your knowledge, even get a higher degree for some of you Pisces so that you can be somewhere better in the future, like feel more empowered in the future also. Pluto is going to leave your 11th house soon. It's going to enter your 12th house. So for a lot of you Pisces, this could indicate opportunities to network or even flirt with powerful people, with individuals that could come off as friends, but they're actually romantic partners. They're your fans or you like them instead. So this opposition can bring opportunities to get to know them, to spend time together. Could even indicate power struggles with them, to where you want to manipulate them emotionally, and maybe they want to do that to you, but you're both pretty strong in it because these two planets are very similar, Mars and Pluto. So you can indicate that you're showing a lot of strength, they're showing a lot of strength also, and there is a clash here, but definitely an opportunity to come very empowered out of it. So you can experience empowerment in your artistic abilities, you can feel empowerment in your ability to flirt with other people, to kind of seduce them, and like even the way how you go on dates, that could also be transformed with this transit. For others of you Pisces, this transit can also put a lot of focus on your finances. I mentioned it a little bit, but the 5th house is the house that brings us money through luck, good karma, through gambling, through risky ventures. And Pluto is in the 11th house of long-term dreams and goals for the future. So you might take some action associated with these things. You might feel like you want to invest into something or pull away from something. There could be a circumstance, something outside of you that is making you finalize a decision, make a decision in this area of your life related to some kind of risky investment, or making money through risky resources. This is what I have for you Pisces for this transit. Please let me know in the comments how things are going for you, and if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe.